Earlier, Claudia had a chance to catch up with actor Jesse L. Martin about his latest role as Alec Mercer in NBC's The Irrational, and if he's at all like the crime-fighting psychology professor in real life.
Well, The Irrational Season 2 is here, and I'm so thrilled to be chatting with star Jesse L. Martin. He joins me via Zoom. Jesse, what a pleasure to chat with you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Well, look, you are such an accomplished actor performing on stage and screen, but it seems like you gravitate to roles that subject you to criminal behavior, from Law and Order to The Irrational. Like, what do you like best about those kinds of roles?
Well, first of all, those roles chose me more than I chose them.
Okay.
So there's that. But I do believe that, like, over the years working on great shows like Law and Order, moving into this space, it has given me sort of a cachet, if you will, when it comes to who gets hired to play these roles. And I feel very fortunate that I have been brought into this space because it is solving crime like I've never done before as an actor. I get to use a lot more of what I am as an actor to play this role.
Yeah.
I've been, even earlier today, an emotional detective, which I absolutely love because that gives an actor a rein to use every bit of them. I'm not playing a stern detective. I'm a professor who has a whole life that you see on screen, and I use every bit of my own behavior to analyze others' behavior.
And you do such a great job at these roles. And now let me ask you, are you anything like your character, Alec Mercer, in real life?
Sometimes I believe I am. I mean, I'm not sure which comes first, the chicken or the egg. But I do believe that there's a lot of me in Alec, more so than a lot of roles I've played on television, at least. I think the older I get, the more a lot of me comes out, as opposed to me playing a whole character that has nothing to do with my own personality. I use a lot of me in Alec.
That's so cool and so good to know. Now, what can viewers expect in Season 2? How are the stakes getting raised for Alec?
Well, for those who watched Season 1, they know that it ended on a cliffhanger where Alec's girlfriend, Rose, played by Karen Dinshaw, disappears. She is kidnapped. And so we start our second season, first episode, trying to find out where she is. And obviously there's a lot of stakes at hand. She's someone I love and someone I want to keep in my life. And she has gotten herself in a lot of danger. So that is the first big mystery we solve the first night.
Yeah, you know, when we watch you on the big screen, it looks as if acting is second nature to you. When we just totally slide right into all your roles, but you were actually a shy kid. Tell me about that.
I was.
And when did you break out of that shell?
Well, I'll tell you. I was born in small town Virginia, Rocky Mount, Virginia, and I had a very, very thick accent. When we moved north, I was sort of embarrassed about my accent. I'm certainly not now. I think it's a fantastic accent. But as a kid, I was embarrassed about it. So I got very shy about speaking. And then it was a fourth grade teacher, Rosemary Barney was her name. She suggested that I join the school play, which was called the Golden Goose at the time. And I was able to actually use my accent playing the pastor in a play. And suddenly I didn't feel so shy because people were very, very responsive to me as an actor. And this is me in fourth grade. So I had found the thing that I wanted to do with myself from fourth grade on. And of course, going to theater school, going to a performing arts high school, shout out to Buffalo Academy for Visual Performing Arts. Everything changed, and I'm certainly not that shy anymore.
No, and you are doing wonderful. Well, what would you say you like best about Alec Mercer, and what is his biggest flaw?
Great question. I think what I love most about Alec Mercer is how he allows himself to be accessible to everybody in his life. And that means the people that he's working for in the field, solving mysteries, solving crimes, the people he has in his life personally, his girlfriend, his ex-wife, his little sister, and how accessible he is to his students and how much he seems to really invest in their stories and in their lives. And I would say his biggest flaw is he invests too much in others and not so much into himself.
Okay, well, we can't wait for season 2. We'll be watching. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Okay, everyone, watch The Irrational starring Jesse L. Martin Tuesdays on NBC and Peacock.